the hell? What the hell? Start video. Okay, hang on. Okay. See, is anybody here? Right on. So I'm going to go ahead and do yoga. And hopefully somebody else will come and join. Okay, so I'm going to stop video. I'm going to record the video. So good morning. I hope this is recording. My name is Corinne, and we're going to do yoga this morning. So make sure you have a few essential items. Number one, water. Always have some water, yes? Number two, turn off your phone and let's find a nice comfortable place on a mat. I'm going to turn my camera. Maybe I need to lower it down a bit. Let me see. Nope. Find the nice medium here. I thought I was going to. I guess I'm not. Okay. You always find something beautiful that you didn't know about yourself. Like, oh, this, I thought this was going to work. And you're like, surprise. It's not going to work. So, it's back. That works a little bit better. I feel like we're too close. Hang on. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Practice makes perfect. That's what I say. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Yoga this morning. And I'm going to play some gentle music right now so we have that. Find some of my favorite music. Sometimes I play meditative music. Sometimes I'll play a little bit of rock. Just depends on what I'm trying to achieve at that particular moment. So I am going to come to one of my favorite playlists that I made for myself. Just gonna let this play over here for a little while. The dogs will be running in and out, so don't mind them. So we're just gonna take a seat here. If it's too uncomfortable to sit flat on a mat, you can always sit on a pillow. I also have a towel. And I'll just roll it up or fold it. Put it right underneath my booty. And I want it to sit right where my pelvic floor is nice and comfortable. So I try to want to just pull my belly in, my belly button in towards my spine. I don't want my belly just hanging out, right? So pull the pants up. Should have wore Fabletics. Sit nice and tall. Lengthen that spine like there's a little string, a magic string, the life string. Just imagine that lifting like that. And those hands are just going to either come down for grounding or up for receiving. And we're just going to exhale today out. Take an inhale. And exhale. Again. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to do a little pelvic floor activity. I want you to pull that pelvic floor up and into the belly. And I want you to hold it there. I want you to hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, and then release. Now, squeeze your transverse abdominis. Imagine you're squeezing into a little porcelain and you're trying to squeeze everything in, but pull the pelvic floor up into the rib cage. So, yep, now don't pop the ribs, bring it back in and keep that. Now, if you're not sure what that was about, maybe do a little or a and feel how the ribs pull in and those muscles engage. And that's your transverse abdominis. So you really want to keep that hugging in. So it's not so much this, right? But it's this. Keep it heavy. This way it'll keep you nice and tall. It'll keep that pelvic floor in so that those abdominals that are down here, low, 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 that control all your organs down there, the outcome and the income. It's really important for them to have engagement, okay? So let's just slightly engage that and keep it in. Take a few more breaths. Perfect. Now we're just going to drop the head down, chin down to chest. Try not to round to get the chin down. Just let it slowly. Imagine you trying to lengthen it over a little tennis ball or a little golf ball. And then just bring it back. Allow the shoulders to keep falling down like weights away from the ear. And again, just drop the head. And inhale like that. Look over to the right. Hello. And then bring it back to center on the exhale. Inhale here. Get nice and tall again. Don't forget, because sometimes you forget. We're like, oh, I'm so comfortable. Nice and tall. And then exhale, let's look to the left. Again, belly button is still in, corset effect. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back. Let's do about 5 more. Remember, allowing the shoulders to drift down. Hello, lady. This is Lady. She hasn't had her haircut yet, but today she will. Inhale. And exhale. You love yoga, huh? Yeah. Inhale. And exhale back to center, ladykins. Inhale. And exhale. To the left. And exhale back to center. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit of rotation with that neck. A lot of us are sitting on the computer right now, working from home, bending over, cooking, writing, doing all kinds of stuff, reading on our cell phones. So I have a kyphosis and lordosis, and I also have scoliosis. So it's very important for me to do yoga and to keep my body moving. I'm also 57 years old. I'm sorry. Can you not be a hooker in front of everybody? I'm sorry. I shouldn't use that. Bad. Anything. So let's stand tall. And we're going to do a little bit of rotation with that head. So if this bothers you, limit your range of motion. Okay. Always make sure that you're breathing. Move on the exhale if that feels better for you. Find the pace of breath that works for you. Just make sure you're not short of breath. Okay. I should have put her outside. Sit. All right, let's start here. Inhale. And exhale, drop the chin. From the right ear to the right shoulder. And then bring it back to center. Now, don't let that shoulder creep up, so you do this, right? Bring it back to center. And over to the left. Watch that left shoulder. Keep it down. Then back to center. Bring over to the left. And then back over to the left. And then nice and easy, we're going to bring it back to center. Go over to that right shoulder. Keep it down. And let's take it back. Watch your neck. Watch your compression. Do what feels good. Bring it around slowly. articulating, listening to the noise that your neck is making. So for me, I kind of like to lead my circles with my nose or chin. So this way, as I come around to my right shoulder, my chin is going to tilt up. And then it's going to come around. So it's like I'm making little circles with my chin. I can go the other direction with my nose. So let's go the other direction. Now notice as I do it with my nose, my chin is not that high, right? So if I lead with my chin, I get more of a range of motion in my neck without my shoulders wanting to press up. If I lead with my nose, it's more of this because I'm trying to reach with my nose. And in order to make myself reach and feel like I'm getting length, I'm going to use my shoulders. And that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to separate those shoulders from my ears. We walk around like this all day long, especially when we're driving and we're mad, cooking and we're at the computer. What did you need? I mean, that's what we do. All right, so last round, let's go the other direction. Let's use that chin. Breathing in. Exhale. Very nice. Other direction, even. And bring it back to center. All right, we're going to take the right hand and just hover it over. If you're not sure, you don't really feel good with it hovering, use a block, use a book, use anything that you can just hold on to. That would totally work. So I'm going to allow my hand to just hover because I'm a little more flexible. I'm going to turn a little bit more to the side so you can see me, and I moved off of my towel, so I have to move that back over. Okay. And now my pants are covered in dog hair. I love working from home, don't you? This is why we need yoga. Okay. All right, kids. All right, we're going to let that right hand hover over. I'm going to move your little smelly dog toys off my back. And the left hand, yeah, it's going to come up and around. And I'm not here. I'm lengthening. My left hand's going to come over to my right ear. And I'm not going to pull it, yeah? I don't want to do that. I'm going to sit tall. I'm going to lengthen. Fingers are hovering about a ½ inch. Belly button, just squeezing in. And then exhale, I'm just going to drop my left ear to my left shoulder. Continue breathing. Now remember the shoulder. Press it away, yeah? Breathe. Breathe. Nice and easy, really. To the other side. Right hand, left ear. Left hand hovers. Now remember that shoulder. Don't let it come up in you. And then exhale, just breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Bring that right hand here. And let's switch it out again. This time, this left hand is going to come behind the ear. Be careful with this one because people have a tendency to pull. The weight of your arm should be enough, and you'll feel it. Again, if it feels more comfortable to touch the floor with the fingers, do so. If not, inhale. And then exhale, just slowly drop the head down. Now allow the arm to just have enough weight to slowly stretch that neck. Breathe in. And then exhale, release that hand to the left ear. Help your head up. Literally. Right hand's going to come up to behind the left ear. Left hand's going to hover. And again, I'm going to sit tall. Engage the pee and gas. Squeeze it up and in so I get taller. Did you see that? Now here's a Kegel. Here's tightening the pelvic floor. Here's squeezing the pee and gas. Ooh, that's where I want to be. So that engages every single abdominal muscle to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. Forget to slightly keep those abs engaged so that you can squeeze all of that toxic, all of the toxin air out of your body. Inhale. And I'm going to exhale, bring my right hand to my right ear. Up and woo. Bring my palms in. I'm going to do a little finger stretching and hand stretching because I do have carpal tunnel and I do use the braces at night, each night when I go to bed, especially since my injuries and I didn't do yoga for a long time. It was really important for me to give these muscles a rest at night to reset. So you're going to feel a lot of tenderness when you first start doing yoga. So don't be afraid of that. Just remember, anything that hasn't been used in a long time, it's going to get sore, okay? Including your pelvic floor. Let's work on that too. All right. So we are going to do a little finger stretch. So we're going to bring our hands out like this. I'm going to say a high five to you. And then I'm just going to gently press the fingers back. Now, don't lock the elbows. As you can see, I have a slight bend. You don't want to lock your bones ever. Try not to do that. Because once you lock the bones are doing all the work, and then muscles, ligaments, and tendons are like doing zip. And those are there to protect the bones so that there is no breakage. Okay? So again, breathe. And then release. Take those fingers down. Gently pull those fingers towards you. I like to put my thumb on the center of my palm, and it's kind of like a brace for me because, like I said, I do have carpal tunnel, so I want to make sure I'm not pulling too far, and I pull towards my range of motion and my limit. Okay, inhale and exhale. And if you notice again, I'm not popping my arm or my shoulders rising, right? There's a soft bend in my arm, and then release. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close. All right. Now we're going to take the fingers, and it's kind of weird. Everybody usually just pushes forward or back to get a stretch. But this time we're going to push sideways. So we're going to bring the pinky out to the side. It's going to feel a little strange, and you might even feel a little popping in the spine as you're keeping straight. So I'm going to inhale, and then exhale, I'm going to grab the ring finger and bring it over towards that pinky. Sitting tall still. Inhale. And then bring over that middle finger and press it towards the ring. Breathe in. And exhale, let's bring that finger over. And lastly, we'll grab that thumb. And of course, you want to be gentle as you pull the thumb this way. There's a little joint here that you do not want to pull out of its socket. Okay. So inhale. And exhale, pull around. Inhale, exhale, take that pointer. Inhale, take that middle. Ooh, I feel the stretch there. And that ring, pull it over. And lastly, that. Now open and close. Kind of a different stretch, and I really like that because it really allows my carpal tunnel and those muscles to get some work done. All right, so let's do the other hand. So we're going to take that right hand down. Let's just pull those fingers back. Again, keeping the bend in that little elbow. Watch that shoulder. Good morning, Pug. Somebody decided to wake up and join us this morning. Yoga. This is going to be an interesting morning. Okay. Exhale and bring that hand down. Remember, little bend, just working on this part right here. That's all we want to do, okay? Not getting all fancy, all right? All right, release and open and close, 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 close. Okay, sorry. All right, we're going to do that little stretch, okay? So let's start off with the pinky. So bring it here. Ooh. And the ring. Ooh. Breathe. Exhale, bring that middle. Oh. Try not to let them go forward or back. And then that pointer. And bring that thumb. Let's open it up. Watch that joint. Ooh, middle, ring, and pinky. Good job. Open and close. Fan it out. Shake it out. Interlock those hands and reverse those fingers out. Let's just hold it gentle here. None of this. If this is where you're at, stay here. Otherwise, be here. Nice little bend in the elbows. Inhale and exhale. Slide those shoulder blades down the back. Yeah. Where's that? That's the side. Breathe in and out. Nice and easy release and roll those fingers out. Hello. Now here comes trouble. Double trouble. We're going to bring those hands behind us. Try to interlock them together. Might be too much. If it is too much, again, there's a couple of props that I have. Grab this. I have a band. And as you can see behind me, I have a couple of things hanging. So do you have to use a band? No. Can you use a necktie? Absolutely. Can you use the belt? Sure. A scarf, a towel, anything. I just so happened to grab the band. That was the first thing there. So I'm just going to hold like this. And because I'm flexible, I can interlock my hands. So I'm going to do that and hold it back. So if I just want you to grab the band and just hold it there and not let the shoulders do this and not let the belly pop out. So you want to pull that pink acid. Cough it up and breathe. More. Very good. Release it out. Shake out those arms. All right, let's do a little lat stretch here. This is one of the favorite ones I like to do before I get out of bed, actually. It's kind of funny because I actually do this out of bed. Matter of fact, I'm going to post a live tomorrow morning in bed, so two together. Again, sitting tall. I'm going to take that right hand down here. This time, plant it down, yeah? Right alongside your hip. And you want it a little bend in the elbow. So my left hand is going to come out like I'm serving a tray. But imagine you have a hot potato in this hand and a cactus right here. So I'm going to reach my hand out a little further. I'm going to inhale. And I'm going to exhale. I'm going to toss that hot potato up and over, keeping that shoulder down. Yeah, I don't want to twist. I just want to bring that arm up. My elbow is going to bend. Yes. And I'm going to look straight ahead. And I'm going to raise up into my left rib cage so I don't get poked into that cactus. Inhale back to center. And exhale other side. And again, watch that rib cage. Don't twist. Gazing forward. Watch that shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. So I'm sure that a lot of people have these beginner yoga videos that I've been watching. And, you know, when I was 200 pounds, close to 200 pounds, I didn't know if I could even get to do anything. You know what I mean? It was harder for me to get in and out of the poses than it was for me to actually be in the poses. So just know that a lot of the movement is going to be hard at first. You will be able to do it. Inhale, last set, and exhale. Last inhale. Bring it on over. That cactus. Watch the shoulder. And inhale. Awesome. Drop those hands down. So start off with either 4 to 6 reps of anything that I'm showing you today. I want you to be able to at least do certain things just to get your body moving and warmed up because it's important, okay? So second thing we're going to do is a little thing called saw. And I'm going to bring my legs out. Again, I'm sitting on this towel, so now I'm going to remove it. Now, it really depends on you and your flexibility. If it's too much to keep the legs straight, And you know, this, she knows, is her rubbing time, so sorry. So if it's too hard to keep the legs straight, then use a towel or a bolster or a block underneath the knees. It's fine, because sometimes when you're here and you're trying to do any kind of a forward fold at all, we tend to, we tend to do this because we can't do this. Well, it means that our hamstrings are super tight and our glutes. So remember, when we're sitting down on our booties and our glutes, they're one of the biggest muscles we have, and they really need a lot of blood to flow through because we're cutting it off the circulation there, cutting off the circulation to our legs and to our feet and our toes. It's very important for the whole body to have circulation. So we're going to do a little thing called saw, and I'm going to open my legs about 2 feet apart or so. Okay, I'm going to face you so you can see what it is I'm doing, and then I'll explain to you the other side. All right, so 2 feet apart. Me, it's 1.5 feet because you don't want them any further than your hips, let's just say. Okay, so that could be a foot, could be 1.5 feet. I have some hips, so it's 1.5 feet for me. All right, so I'm going to inhale and just keep my hands. I don't have to be out here because I don't want my shoulders up here. I want them just nice and rested. Okay, I want the shoulder blades to glide down the back. I don't want my feet to do anything kind of weird or ugly. I just want them to relax in a flex position. Yeah, I'm going to inhale, pull my transverse abdominis in, and exhale from my turn. Inhale and exhale for 3. I'm going to saw off my baby toe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So you're going to inhale to center. As you come around, flip that right hand. The left hand is going to reach forward for 3 exhales. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Twist and exhale. Inhale. Last one and exhale. Inhale. And release those hands. Very nice. So now bring those feet together. We're going to sit nice and long. And like I said, if you have trouble with those legs, don't worry about it. We're going to roll down anyway. So I'm going to scooch down. I'm going to hook, if possible, my arms underneath my legs. Sometimes that's not possible. And sometimes you're like, oh no, I can't get down. So make sure you assist yourself down and you just roll yourself down. That's okay. We're going to bring those knees into chest one at a time. And we're going to send those feet to the ceiling. So this might be a little difficult for a few of you. You can see how this video is going to go today. All right. So if you need to bend the knees, that's fine. I don't want you to imprint your spine onto the mat. I want you to have a nice neutral spine. And what that means is I have a kyphosis, so I have a huge gap here, and it's really hard for my back to fit. So I just get a towel, and I'll just slide it underneath. Right there where it feels comfortable. Then I'm going to place the feet down, and then again, one at a time, set those legs up. I find my comfort zone here. And I'm going to set my arms up in Frankenstein. And I'm just going to lengthen my neck, allow my shoulders to fall down. This is called dead bug. So again, if it's too much for the hamstrings and the glutes, just bend the knees and just allow all the blood to rush down. Okay? 3 more rounds. And nice and easy, one leg and then the other. One arm and then the other. Let's take a big body stretch like we just got out of bed. Big stretch, reach, opposite ends of the room. Big breath in. And exhale. One leg in, and then the next. Bending the knees. All right, bring the arms down, and we're going to bring one knee in, and then the other. We're going to open those knees wide. And we're going to send the feet on up to the ceiling. It's called Happy Baby. This is the first variation. A lot of times I see people like this and lifting their booties up off. That's really not what we want to accomplish. Because if you see a baby that's happy, their booties are never up in the air. They're only up in the air when they can first try to reach their feet because they're not that flexible. But if you see an 8-month-old baby, they're looking happy baby like, ooh, yeah, my back is down. I'm laying my leg. I'm so flexy, right? That's what you want eventually. So when I first started, it was here for me. Open the legs wide, and I was holding on to the back of my thighs for dear life. The next variation I went to was here because I could get my arms on my shins finally. My feet still up. And my spine still down on the mat. So if I try to rush my happy baby, my booty is going to be flying up in the air, and I'm going to have this big, huge curve in my spine, which is not what I want. I want to be nice and neutral and relaxed, and I want to be able to keep my spine down and not have any issues getting into my happy baby. So eventually, here's my happy baby. This is where you will be. And you can extend one leg out, keep one leg in like a Peter Pan flight. I like that. That's always good. It makes it so good. It really gives you a nice stretch on that inner thigh here. Sciatica. If you have plantar fascia like I do, this is a really good stretch too. So this one we're going to bring both feet in. And this time we'll take the left one out, if possible. Remember, if you're here, you're here. If the knee is bent, the knee is bent. What I want you to do is send the toes towards you and the heel away to get that inner stretch, yeah? Yep, breathe. Excuse me. And then you're gonna up and over to the other side. Again, toes towards you, heel away, breathing. Breathing. And exhale, bring it back to the happy. Nice. Drop one foot down at a time, carefully, and then the other. We're going to do what's called a windshield wiper. I really would appreciate your booty out of the way. So I'm going to move my towel. I moved a little bit. And windshield wiper is just what it means, windshield wiper. I'm going to drop the knees to the right. Head's going to look towards the opposite direction. Now, it's too much to move the neck down. Maybe it feels good just to windshield wiper those legs. So let's hold that twist now, okay? So if you have a block or a towel or a pug, you can totally use the pug. We're going to drop those legs onto this right side. Yes, pug. And I'm going to wiggle my shoulders so they're flat. And I'm going to come off my mat a little bit. And I'm going to cactus my arms out and gaze opposite direction. And then I want to breathe into my spine, elongating. Pug, move, come on. Sorry. Elongating my shoulder from my hip, yeah? Kind of like somebody pressing my right shoulder into the ground and pressing my right hip down away from it. And then I'm going to inhale back to center. And elongate, adjust my spine, pick myself up. Inhale. And then exhale, knees go to the right. And I'm going to gaze on over to the left. Again, wiggling my shoulders flat. Breathing in. Remember separating that hip from that shoulder. That's where the breath is going to do all the magic. Yes, we're twisting. Bring those legs back to the center. Bend the ear another time. And roll around. Alright, so let's work on a little bit of abs so we can get rid of that in the workout. Excuse me, let me grab some water, because that's important. All this talking and the water. It's really good during these times to be hydrated, right? Okay. And just for now, you guys notice how I roll down? I roll down without using my legs and my arms, right? Like I would normally, and add a bad habit. So try to remember legs. I'm still in that process, so we'll also learn together. All right, so again, find that little stability in that low back, so a nice neutral spine. A lot of teachers will tell you to imprint that spine down because they want you to engage the abdominals. And really, I did that for a lot of years, and what I was finding out is that every time I did this to imprint my spine, I was not engaging my abdominal muscles like I should have. I was engaging my lats, my back, my hips. So think of squeezing into a corset again and cough. As you cough or laugh, those transverse squeeze in. Okay, that's what you want to maintain. And then you want to squeeze the pee and gas so you don't, right? You have to go really bad, so you're going to squeeze. You don't want to have, let gas out, so you want to squeeze that. That can takes care of engaging all of that low abdominal pelvic floor. All right. Hands down alongside the hips. We're going to inhale. And exhale, bring that left foot up into tabletop. And then the right one should be it. Mm-hmm. Now, tabletop is not this. That is knees into chest. So we want to make sure those knees stay directly over the hips, which is a challenge in itself, okay? So the first thing my body wants to do is lift my rib cage and my abs up. So I'm going to cough, zip it up, move my shoulders flat, and watch and make sure that they don't rise, yeah? Hands are going to come down alongside my hips, palms down. Now from here, my left toe is going to reach out, and it's going to come back up. And the right one's going to reach out and touch, and it's going to come back up to the left. And this one, and up. Breathing. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Two more. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring those knees into chest. Rock it around. So this is going to be really sore. It's going to hurt. I'm not trying to discourage you. What I'm trying to tell you is it's going to work, and it's going to help you figure out what you need to engage in order to stand comfortably, and so that your low back doesn't hurt anymore. Yeah. Okay. So find your stance again. We're going to bring that left knee in, and then the right. Find this flexibility here. And again, hands down, cough. Lock in those abs, pee and gas, squeeze in. This time, let's tap those heels down. Now, make sure you're not doing this, okay? Because what am I doing here? I'm doing nothing. I can do this all day. Nothing. What I want is this, out. You see how my knees stay bent? And they're reaching away. So what does that make? What is that working here? It is working this abdominal muscle that's connected to my quad. That's the one that's going to help me run and jump and sprint and go, right? 3, for 2, and 1. Happy baby, if you will. Oh, yeah. Oh, and a nice music. Windshield wipers. So that's just a little touch into the abdominal work that we can do to help with our stability and our posture. Okay. Your whole core integration is very important because the core isn't just a six-pack. It wraps around the back, it connects to the quads, it connects to the glutes in the back, and there's little tiny little bands and slings that run across here that hold up our uterus and our bladders and our diaphragm. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And if we're just using these 6 muscles here, I mean, we're not going to get very far. A lot of women I hear, we have problems down here with our lower abdominals. How to get rid of this? That's how. It's simple and it's not easy. So remember, there's a couple of things to do prior to doing this. Okay? Anybody can do this and go, I'm not feeling anything. If you notice my back is arching, I can literally stick my hand all the way down underneath. So that is really bad because now I'm putting a lot of pressure on my discs and my spine. Because when you get a belly, that's the first thing that's going to do is going to pull forward and it's going to pull that spine out of place. So really you want to imagine that you've got this person and you're squeezing into the throat and you're flattening that belly as flat as it's going to get. Trust me, when you first start, it doesn't seem like that thing is moving at all, but it is. Okay. Always make sure you take a fresh exhale out. One knee and then the other. All right, nice and easy. Again, hands down. If it's too much, then just limit your range of motion, okay? Maybe your feet don't touch the ground, all right? Again, squeeze it in. And make sure you're not, it's slow and controlled. You want to make sure that you're engaging each muscle. If you can reach further away and tap that foot down, that's great. You get more elongation in there, but just be careful not to pop those ribs out, yeah? Last one. Knees in the chest. Rock it out. Ah, good job. Can you grab the 2 piece fingers onto the 2 big toes and do a big toe wide stretch for me? Woohoo! Ah, all right. We're going to go ahead and roll on it and onto all fours. So again, a couple of things to take note of. Carpal tunnel. We have so many animals. That's Raja that just flew by the screen. She wants to get in her windowsill. Okay, so if you have bad knees, towel. I usually have a yoga blanket, but this just so happens to be handy. So let's say you only have one bad knee. You want to make sure that this towel is under both knees. Otherwise, one hip is going to be higher than the other, and you don't want that. That's not going to be good, okay? All right, so. And again, with my carpal tunnel, I got to watch how I'm putting my hands in my wrists. So I can either use a towel at the end so that if you see that my fingers are hanging off that side of the towel, and it makes it a little more difficult if I'm on carpet to do that. So I need to have a little bit more of a balance for me. So I'm going to wrap it up one more time. And then I'm going to really widen my fingers to my flexibility. So that really depends. But you want to make sure that the knees, again, are under the hips. You don't want to be like this, right? Like, hey, you want to zip up that core. You make sure the knees are under the hips. Wrists are under elbows, under shoulders. Wide stance. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so now we're going to inhale, drop the belly, head and chest come up, inhale for count. And then exhale, round it to cat. Inhale, count. And exhale. Inhale, count. And exhale, count. Bring it round one more. And a nice neutral spot. This time we're going to play with the abs, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale, drop my belly down without arching my back, okay? So watch that. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. It's really hard, but if you see my belly dropping down here, and then I exhale, squeeze it up back into my spine without having to round. Yeah, that's very important. We're using all our abdominals. Again, exhale. Open up those knees wide, big toes touch if possible. Sit those booties down and chest in between those. And drop the head down. Everybody wants to do yoga, right? They really love it when I'm down here doing yoga. Right, we're going to do a little thing called thread the needle. So a couple of variations here. You can stay here and reach the left hand out. We're going to take the right hand up. It's going to come underneath that left, and my left ear, our right ear is going to go down. Now notice how my booty comes up. Okay, so a couple of variations. Have a block. Shoebox with a towel works too. You can do that here, okay? And just rest there. This hand can come up here. This hand can come around into the back. Just make sure if you take a bind, you're not just dropping this left shoulder, that you're opening it up, because it is a twist. You're going to press away with this left hip and open up with the left shoulder. And then the next variation is my variation. It's here. Inhale. And exhale here. And again, you can take that left arm up. Bring it around back. If it feels good to extend that left leg out, you can. Engaging that core. It's totally up to you. Just remember, as you come back, you're going to come back the way you came in pieces, in steps. Take a few breaths. Cat and cow maybe. Let's do the other side. Take any variation that works for you. And again, if this is too much, you can use this block under here. And let's drop it into child's pose. You know, and always remember to do what's best for you. If it feels good to go a little further, or no, it's not really yet. Listen to your body, because you want to be able to surf your edge, yet you need to know your limits, right? And just don't be afraid. All right, let's settle down here for a few more breaths. And I'm going to bring my hands up and seated position. So we're going to do a little pigeon pose. And since this is a beginner class, we're going to do the pigeon pose for beginners. So I'm going to come back onto my back. You can also do this against a wall or in bed. If you need a band, I would take a band. Flexibility is important. It just really depends on you. So the band should come behind the standing leg. Sorry. And I'm going to cross that left ankle over the right. If it feels good, you can bring those knees up, right? So I put the band around the back of that thigh if that feels good. The other variation would be here. This is a little more difficult because it requires some coordination, so it really depends. You're going to feel a stretch back down in here. If you are flexible, you can bring those hands in between and just squeeze it down. Thank you for sneezing in my face. All right. Go ahead and send that left, right foot up. Point the toes and flex. Point, flex, point, flex, point, and flex. Last one, point. Let's draw some circles in the ceiling with the pencil between our first and second toe. Ooh, this is an ankle pop. And then the other direction, small circles. When you do a figure 8, ooh, I don't know. Now flare those toes out. Flare, flare, flare. Scrunch. Flare. Scrunch. Flare. And scrunch. Nice and easy. Flex the heel towards the ceiling, toes towards you. Bend that right knee. Send it back up. Bend. And stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice and easy. Drop that down. Unravel that left foot and windshield wiper side to side. Perfect. Kind of maneuver down a little bit lower. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the other side. Now again, if you need that towel underneath that low spine, low back, then I would definitely do that. All right, and then just nice and easy, bring those legs up. And again, tabletop with that left, and flex. And just hold it here for a few breaths if that feels good. So usually people go right into this and then they lift their tailbones up and their heads. And that's really not a spine lengthener. That's a spine crusher. So we want to stay long here. Maybe press that right knee away, and then you should feel it in that left hip maybe. Or I'm feeling it. Everybody's going to feel it in different places, so don't think you're doing it wrong. You know, some people, you're more flexible than you think you are, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even feel that. That's cool. It's totally cool. All right, bring it in, squeeze, hug. And then let's go ahead and interlock between, grabbing behind that left leg, and we're going to stretch that left heel up and bend and stretch and bend. Keep that right foot flexed, stretch, heel away, and point. Flex, point, flex, point, flex. We're going to hold it here, point, drop, circle with that big toe. One direction, really articulate that ankle, those toes, and then the other direction, try to do a figure 8, just the toes. Woo, it's a little harder on the left for me. And then nice and easy back to center. Flare, stretch, flare, those toes, stretch, flare, and stretch. Last set. Ah, nice and easy with that ankle out. And then pull the toes towards you, heels away, and let's a couple more bends. 2, and last one, hold it, 3, and release it down, unravel. And then she'll find it. All right, last thing to do today, this morning is bridge pose. So this also might require something underneath the low back. So I'm going to bring in my toes as far as I can to my glutes and remove the band first of all. And I'm going to lift my hips up and slide whatever I need underneath. Now you'll know immediately if it feels good, if it doesn't. You just need to find a place that feels good for you. If this is not something that's going to work for you, don't do it. So I like to keep my feet hip distance apart. Ankles are going to be under the knees, hands pressing down, and I'm just going to lift off the block. So I want to make sure that I engage my quads, my lower abdominals by squeezing that peak gas in, yeah? And then you can remove this block. Breathe, squeeze those glutes, and lift the hips up. Squeeze the knees together, and slowly roll it down. Bring in those knees. All right, drop those feet down. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze those glutes and abs, knees together. Breathe. And drop. Those knees in. We have 2 more. Drop it down, hands down. Inhale when you're ready. Press it up. So if it's a little hard, bring those heels in closer, as close as you can, and try to reach the fingertips towards the heels. And then use those abs and glutes to lift. Press into the feet. Okay, try not to let the knees flare out. So you're doing this. Try to engage everything and lift. So I don't have very much space on feet here. That's because I have a lot of flesh, and that's okay. It's not about how high you get right now. It's about keeping those knees engaged, those quads, getting those upper and lower abdominals to kick in, and those glutes to lift those hips, yeah? Use the hands, press down into the mat, out of the shoulders, out of the ears, breathe. Find the toes, roll it down. Bring those knees in the chest. Rock it out. So a lot of us have lost touch with a lot of our muscles from sitting down and working behind a chair. And so now we're probably on our sofas. So definitely not getting any circulation in those hips and pelvic area. So this is really an important exercise to really get this pressing forward, to reverse the effects of the sitting position. Remember to squeeze the knees, lift. Tighten that up. Peak gas, lift. Ooh, ooh, lift. Breathe. Press into the ground. Breathe. Squeeze. Breathe. 2, 3. Lift. And last one. Breathe. And high on the toes. Roll it up. And bring the feet in. Good job. All right. So we're going to prepare now for Shavasana. Should have already been there. Look at me. I'm a little blurry and I don't know why, but we'll figure that out later. So I wanted to thank you guys all for coming. And now we're going to prepare for a little Shavasana, which is rest time. And as you can see behind me, that's not going to happen today because she's already planning her spot. All right, so Shavasana can be done anywhere. But since you're on your mat, lay flat like a corpse. And I shall do it this way. This is one of the hardest poses for me because of my kyphosis and lordosis. So I'm going to find a nice place to stretch, good body stretch. I'm just going to release. And I'm going to do any kind of stretching or anything else that I need to do before I rest down. I'm just going to start my slow breathing. It feels better to keep the knees bent. Listen to your body. You want to breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. Give me some time to figure out how to breathe. But just remember, if the mind is wandering right now, you're not thinking about your breath. So your breath will be short and shallow, like it is 24/7. So I really want you to be mindful of your breath. It feels good. Put a hand on the belly and chest so that when you inhale, you feel the torso filling up as well as the belly to the collarbone. And then you slowly, starting with the belly, roll it all out. About 5 to 6 breaths, just like that. About 3 more breaths. Keep your drinking water and your mouth moving that nervous. All right. And then just let the shoulders start to melt away from the ground. You can release those palms down. Fantastic. Closing the eyes, maybe covering the eyes. And then just slowly allow the forehead to soften. Slowly release the throat and allow the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Allow the shoulders to melt away from the ear. And just feel the ground float. Remember, if the mind starts to wander, exhale and bring it right down. With your eyes closed, this is a good time to just breathe in gratitude and breathe out all stresses and anything that ails you. Oh yeah, I don't have any nice quiet music for this right now. Of course not. May the peace of the divine be within you. The light inside of me is honored by the light inside of you. Thank you for joining my class today. If you feel like moving those fingers and toes, feel free. Before you do, just give yourself a little gratitude. Carry on this practice today. May you be safe, at peace. God bless each and every one of you. Namaste. Feel free to stay in corpse or to slowly move around, finding your ground. If you do feel like rolling onto one side in fetal position, do so. Take 3 grounding breaths to restore, renew, and rebalance. And only arise if and when you're ready. And again, I thank you so much for coming and joining my class. I will be posting some on YouTube and Facebook Live and IG, so look for me. Okay, this is beginner. I'll see you on Thursday for a little Hatha Flow. Okay, get ready to sweat your asana off. Thanks. Bye. Let's see. Stop video.